Welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about why you should be moving to Scotland, and in particularly Elgin. Perhaps you're going to be moving here for work or retirement, or perhaps from another country altogether. We'll be looking at what Elgin and Moray could offer you and your family. So you might be asking, where is Elgin? Well, Elgin is in the northeast of Scotland, in between the cities of Inverness and Aberdeen, and just a 10-minute drive from the Moray Firth coastline. Around 25,000 people live in and around Elgin. Employment, according to the latest census, is primarily in the industrial and construction areas, although there is a high military presence and an agricultural area surrounding. Moray itself is flanked by two rivers, the Findhorn and the Spey, both of which might actually be the best salmon fishing rivers in the country. River Spey is not only famous for being a great salmon river, but also for its water quality, its water purity. It's what makes whisky so great. So the whisky industry is a huge employer across the region, with over 50 distilleries currently in operation. Anyway, enough of sitting around here. Let's go and have a look what Elgin's got to offer. There's lots of woodland walks and riverside trails.
You want to leave this place where we grew up, this old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
So the River Lossy winds its way through the town, and this is what the town originally relied upon. In the Industrial Revolution, the Lossy was used to power the woolen mills that sprung up along its banks, and only one of those is still in use today, and that's Johnson's of Elgin. At its river mouth, at Lossymouth, the river spills out onto 7 miles of golden, beautiful sands that stretch all the way to Spey Bay. There's no arcades, no kiss me quick hats, but if you like a bag of chips and an ice cream after a long walk or a day on the beach, it's definitely worth it, and it's just 10 minutes away. So Elgin's packed full of history, from the mills to the castle and the cathedral. Sadly, in the 1300s, the Wolf of Badenoch destroyed the cathedral and the royal borough of Elgin. If it's sports and fitness you like, Elgin has 2 dedicated sports centres, one of which has a swimming pool and an ice rink. There's Moray Rugby Club, and there's Elgin FC, who play in black and white stripes, uncannily like another great team. There's also an athletics club and a bowling alley. Okay, so you're warming to the idea of moving to Elgin. Shall we have a look at house prices? A quick look on the comparison sites will show you that a 4-bedroom house is comparatively cheap compared to the rest of the UK, ranging from 200 to 450,000 depending on its location. To the north and south of the town, new developments are springing up, so there's obviously a demand for housing. Fortunately, because of this, the rental market is pretty much non-existent. A friend of mine recently viewed a 2-bedroom house, him and 35 other people. With the quick expansion of the town, it's outstripped the services that have been provided to it. So if you want to register for medical or dental, you're going to find it quite difficult with long waiting lists. Many of Elgin's residents are now seeking medical and dental services outside of the area. Speaking of travel, let's talk about Elgin's connectivity. It's situated on the A96 in between Inverness and Aberdeen. Although Elgin has good transport links, the time taken to travel to its nearest cities is considerable. Travelling on the A96 to Inverness, a distance of 38 miles, can take over an hour due to the A96 being single carriageway. Likewise, travelling to Aberdeen takes well over 1.5 hours, a journey of just 65 miles. The A9 is no better, although some parts are dual carriageway. Even if the road is clear, it's riddled with average speed cameras limiting drivers to 60 miles per hour or 50 in an HGV. Despite both of these roads being a very scenic journey, accidents are a commonplace. Dueling the A96 has been agreed, but with cost overruns and objections to proposed route upgrades, the scheme has been hampered from the off, so don't expect anything anytime soon. Okay, so you've got the house. What about the supplies? And despite Scotland producing 105% of its energy sources from renewables, we're all part of this great British energy, so we're still paying the same as the rest of the UK, which is another win for the nationalists. However, one benefit is our water supply, with arguably the best water in the world. You'll find that your water supply is paid as part of your council tax bill, so there's no foreign companies profiteering here. Moving on to shopping, Elgin has the usual: Asda, Tesco, Lidl, Aldi, Farm Foods, Iceland, Home Bargains, B&M's, and in amongst the rest are Co-ops and Scotmids. Town centre shopping, however, is just like any other UK city at the moment. To be frank, the high street's dead. If you like charity shops, coffee shops, and Poundland, Elgin's for you. The town's only shopping centre, the St Giles Centre, has recently closed its doors for the last time. There is, however, green shoots appearing on the likes of Baxton Street and South Street, with specialist independent shops popping up. There's also widely publicised redevelopment programmes. The Town Hall, which is used as an entertainment venue, is soon to be upgraded under a new plan. And the Junta's toy shop that used to be on South Street is currently under redevelopment. So let's talk about education. If you're a resident of Scotland, you're entitled to free higher education, and in the town we have Moray UHI, where you can study from Nat 5 all the way up to master's level in a range of subjects. So some of the things you should take into consideration when moving to Elgin is where you're going to educate your children. Now, the majority of primary schools in Elgin feed into two high schools. There's Elgin High School and the other being Elgin Academy. Now, it's not for me to tell you which school to send your children to, but just do your due diligence. Elgin, like the rest of Scotland, has a free point of use healthcare service with free medication, free pharmacies, with free prescription medication, free education, and some early years provision. But if you weren't aware, it comes at a price. Income tax rates are higher than they are in the rest of the UK, so I'll pop up an illustration here to show you the differences. Just over an hour's drive south is the Cairngorms National Park, where you can undertake a range of activities, and in the winter you can do skiing and snowboarding. In fact, my neighbour came up here on holiday to the Cairngorms only to find there was no snow, and drove on to Elgin to investigate. He stayed here for the weekend and then decided to move his whole family up from Manchester. Hopefully this has given you enough to mull over in your decision making. Please give this video a like so others can see it, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them, even if you're only just seeing this video now. And not to miss future videos, hit that subscribe button now. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. And if you're prone to sports injuries, Elgin's cross-dressing isn't new. The Scottish have been doing it for centuries. A range of activities, And in the winter, you can ski board in snow. And in the winter, you can skate. And in the winter, you can do skiing and snowboarding.
River's gonna cry when you're gone.